Welcome to Set the Record. I'm Malcolm Anthony, all the way from Houston, Texas. We got Cody.
Yes, sir. What it do?
And always on the ball, man. Subscribe to the show wherever you're watching on YouTube, Spotify, of course, Apple Podcasts, listening, of course. Give us those 5 stars. We're out here working for them every day out here, listening, following, participating. Look, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter at Set the Record Pod. Like the Facebook page, Set the Record Podcast. We've planned a fantastic show. Lots to talk about. NBA is just spoon feeding us really information, and we're gonna dabble a little bit of NFL information here at the end of the show. So let's talk about that play-in, man. How you feel?
Man, it's actually some fun, exciting matchups into play, and I can't lie to you. I cannot lie to you, man. But what do you think of them so far?
No, honestly, I do like the matchups. I think the first game we got Miami at home, Atlanta, showing up to come see them. And the season series, Miami won at 3-1. And I don't think anything's going to be different there.
I got Miami. Miami is also built like that team that, you don't want to face for that one game, No,
that's why I can't wait for them.
They're going to come out and they're going to scrap.
Yeah, I can't wait for them to. Yeah, that's going to be Boston, Miami, going to be a good series. So, Trey could light it up. He could do that at any, moment. But I think defensively, Miami's going to do what they got to do to win the game. And we got Minnesota going to see the Lakers. You see, I'm Lakered out right now, man.
Oh yeah,
I think Lakers going to win it. Lakers going to win it. Look,
yeah.
A little.
If you would have asked me, all right, personally, if you would have asked me 2 days ago, or maybe I guess at the time this recording came out, 3 days ago, I'm not definitively going to say Timberwolves, but I feel like the Timberwolves would have had more of a chance.
Yeah.
But now they're down Gobert due to him deciding to be a boxer.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Rocky Gobert.
Right. And they're down Jaden McDaniels due to him also being a boxer and punching a wall.
We didn't know we had prize fighters on the Timberwolves.
All right, so they're down 2 very important defensive players. Yeah. And, against the Lakers, you're going to need all the defense you have, and they're down their 2 best defenders.
Let alone tall guys,
right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to need that. And look, this is AD's time. This is his moment. This is what the season's been, culminating, for. I think LeBron's passing of the torch, I think he needs that. He needs that guy to do what he's been doing, lately, dominant AD. So we'll see what comes out of that. Lakers did lose the season series 2-1. The winner of the series does face one game, does face Memphis. So
yeah, that's a tough out.
Tough out either way. One on one side we get a rematch of last year, right? Minnesota versus Memphis, and on the other side we get AD, LeBron versus Ja and Triple J. So
man, I feel like you as a Lakers fan,
you
should want them to lose this matchup and then win the next one.
No.
Would you rather them face Denver or
no cheap way out? They could beat both teams, honestly.
Both. I feel like the dream scenario for the NBA is have the Timberwolves win this one, so have that Memphis Wolves rematch, because they're gonna perform. They're gonna have a fun matchup against each other, and then LeBron versus Jokic as the 1-8 seed, and that's a dangerous match for the 8 seed.
Because they're gonna upset
the Lakers, for the Nuggets. Damn.
Yeah, they're gonna upset the Nuggets, man. If they
do,
because AD can't. The Joker can't match up with AD, man. He just can't.
Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, I think the Lakers can take the Grizzlies anyway. It doesn't really matter if they win or lose this one.
The game slows down. They're gonna get into the half court and they're gonna jack the Grizz up, man. I just don't.
The Lakers are too old to put up with the Grizzlies shenanigans.
But yeah, they're too grown for that. You know what I mean? Like it's I don't know. The LeBron's gonna slow it up. He's gonna muck the game up, and I don't know that the Grizz can. I don't know. We'll see what they can do.
2 good defensive teams going at each other too.
No, absolutely. No, 100%. It's gonna be a fun matchup, no matter which we get. Wednesday we got a crazy doubleheader as well. Chicago getting the 10 seed, and they're playing at Toronto. Toronto won the season series 2-1. You know, who you got there?
I'm gonna take Chicago. Interestingly enough,
like what they've been doing lately.
The way they've been lately, they've picked it up. They've looked like more of a basketball team. And I know, like in a previous episode, I was joking around saying the Patrick Beverley effect, but that's a real thing. Like, as ridiculous as it sounds, you know, Patrick Beverley is that type of guy. Like, he got there and he told Zach LaVine, I don't need you to do anything but shoot and score the ball. And Zach LaVine's been playing a lot better since that happened. He dropped 40 the next day.
No, man,
you know?
I like.
Hey, and the play in GOAT, Patrick Beverley, he's not gonna let them lose that game.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you have that title for him. But yeah, no, I like. I'm gonna go with Toronto, man. I like Toronto. I mean, really, they got guys who've been there, and it's not like Chicago doesn't have guys who haven't played big games, but Toronto's been all the way. They've got guys, Van Fleet and Siakam, that can really play ball. So I'm gonna just. You're
gonna need that game from Van Vliet though. You need him to pick it up. Hopefully, he can pick it up like once the postseason starts. You know.
He usually does. He usually does. So, but the winner of that series right there actually has to win twice, right?
Mm-hmm. For the 8 seed.
For the 8. So. Yeah, they're competing for the 8 seed, and then we got OKC, the late game at New Orleans, and man,
this is a tough one.
I want to pick OKC so bad,
because I'll pick New Orleans.
I want to pick them because it's true to what you know. Like, man, I got the OKC, I got the Trey Man ball right up there, man. Like, I can't. Look, I'm going with OKC. Like, Shea, he gonna do it. Trey Man just dropped his first triple double. You know what I mean? Like, so, I think OKC gonna do it. They got
who else had their first triple double this season? Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, but Jalen Williams.
This is a fun series.
Doing big things.
A fun game. It's not gonna be a series. I feel like, I mean, this is one that could truly go either way.
No, really.
Because like you have players on both teams that can just go off for 50 and win you that game. Make sure you win it, right? You never know like what Shea could give you in the postseason. I feel like he's the type of player who will turn up once those lights shine.
Yeah,
right. And they won't have Zion, but they still have Brandon Ingram. The Pelicans have more experience because they got CJ still.
Yep.
Right. They got impactful players like Herb Jones on the defensive end. So I feel like this is really a coin flip, and it just depends on who goes off.
Who's making shots? Yeah, who's making the shots, man? Who's 3 balls falling?
For the sake of having different picks, I will go with the Pelicans.
All right, yeah, bet. OKC is who I'm going. Yeah, I think they got the Thunder up, man. You know, you got a Thunder up, man.
Obviously, you got to rep. You know, you got to rep. I respect it.
Yeah, man, got to. So the winner of that. Potentially, if they could win twice, so to speak, either OKC or New Orleans would get to face Denver if they did win twice.
That's just, again, man, I feel like, I mean, listen,
Denver is beatable, bro. Denver is beatable. Listen, I don't care what you say by anything.
They deserve their respect, but they're also a little bit fraudulent at the same time.
Denver is beatable.
Denver is a very matchup-based team.
Yeah, Jokic can't play defense, man.
Okay, the Nuggets actually, I think, have the worst defensive front court in all of ball right now. They have Jokic, DeAndre, Jordan, and Thomas Bryant. Where's the defense?
Yeah, DB ain't getting no time, man. He ain't getting no time out there.
He left the Lakers to get more playing time, and he's played less since joining the Nuggets.
Less time, man.
And in the playoffs, Jokic isn't going to get subbed out, so he's definitely not going to play.
No, yeah, Jokic's been playing 40 minutes in the playoffs, man. Watch. So and that's what's gonna stink because game 5, game 6, Jokic, after playing so many minutes, he's gassed, man. I'm telling you, the Nuggets, they're gonna prove me. If they can prove me wrong, I'll be impressed, seriously, because I think any team can have them in these playoffs. But
the Pelicans have a really good chance of taking. I think the Pelicans have the better chance of taking them, just because they match up better.
Yeah, they got speed. I think anything,
especially if Zion comes back.
Dude, if Zion comes back, oh my God.
Jokic is going to have a problem. I mean, He's gonna have a problem keeping up. I mean, down low, bumping body to body, he might hold his ground just because they're both big, like beefy guys, right? But I think Zion's speed would like just give him an edge.
Oh, no doubt.
Like easily.
Yeah, for real. There's no Jokic he can't jump over a piece of paper and land on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, yeah, jump on the curb. You know what I mean? This homie, homie with no hops. Nah. So, so we had some coaches actually end up losing their spots. One of them
lost their spot. The other one moved to the front office.
Yeah, one got bumped up, but they both lost their spot.
Technically,
one moved up, one moved out. So Pistons Dwayne Casey moves up, and your boy, man, are you happy with? You're happy with this?
Yes, we're so happy with that.
So, I'll tell you what, his record was 59 and 177. Is that good?
No, absolutely not.
All right, man.
But how about at the same time, I feel bad for him because that's not the team he signed up to coach.
No, it is not. So, no, it's not. And well, he never won more than 22 games in a season. And there's 82. So you got to do better than that. And who are you looking for? There's a couple guys out there, gal out there. Who you thinking?
I know the report came out. The Rockets are looking at Ime Udoka. We're looking at Frank Vogel, Kenny Atkinson, and Nick Nurse is rumored to become available. If the Raptors don't, let's hope the Raptors lose the play-in, man, because I need Nick Nurse to be honestly, Ime Udoka, that's the dream. That's the coach.
That's the dream. So the reality,
coach in the market, right?
Okay. So the reality
is we can land him. That's the dream,
right? That might be the reality. Might be like Kenny Atkinson or something.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I really think it depends on off-season moves. So like if any of these teams can make some moves to compete, like for a playoff spot, I feel like that's enough to draw in one of those. I mean, at the end of the day, a head coaching job.
What the Rockets about to do, man? What the Rockets gonna do, man? They looking for.
They bring back Harden, potentially. I don't know. Potentially get Jaylen Brown if he's disgruntled. Go trade for Mikal Bridges. I know he's rumored to be shopped in the summer. Yeah. I mean, and most cap space, you can sign a lot of people. So I think if you just sign vets, they're rumored to be looking for vets in the summer. Actually, no, it's confirmed. They're looking for vets in the summer. They're looking to start winning more.
If you get vets, you could be looking at an older coach potentially, like a Mark Jackson or like a Frank Vogel, or you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm just saying you guys who are somewhat proven. I mean, Doc Rivers might get fired from Philly. You never. I mean,
pass.
You don't want that. You don't want to lose a 3-1 lead.
Nah, hey, we beat him in one of those 3-1 leads, man. But nah, man. Ultimately, Ime Udoka is the ultimate target for both those.
Becky Hammond out here, Sam Cassell, other good options.
Very good. Sam Cassell almost got the job last time.
So I mean, I think that both coaches, everyone we brought up, including Ime, definitely have an opportunity there. I think honestly the Pistons would be good for like a Sam Cassell. Or
I was thinking the same thing.
I think someone who can facilitate in a rough dog kind of defensive mindset out there would really be beneficial for some of their younger guards. And Sam was a really good guard, so I'd like to see. That's what I'd like to see personally. I think they've got good guards out there right now, and Ivy and Cunningham. So I think.
I mean, the thing it really comes down to as well is that this is a head coaching job in the NBA, and most of those don't open up often. Maybe like 1 or 2 spots open up a year, and these are the 2 teams. So I think no matter who you are, right, a head coaching job is a head coaching job. So like, you got to make do with whatever team is available, and if those teams can make good moves, you have a chance.
Yeah, but if you're Steven, you're regretting that now, right? Just a little bit.
Well, I mean, I yes and no, because
now his resume.
When he got the job, he was gonna coach Harden and Westbrook, and Christian Wood, and then he gets there. Westbrook wants out. Harden tries it a little bit. He wants out. Now you're stuck with John Wall, Victor Oladipo, and Christian Wood. And then Christian Oladipo gets traded. Then you're stuck with Kevin Porter Jr. So, it's like...
It's a rotation.
I feel like he's a good coach for a better team. He's not built to coach those young teams, right? Because he like those are the reports too. Is like he couldn't get the respect of the young players. He couldn't get them to listen. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I think when it comes to a more serious team that wants to win, he can be a good coach because he was the main offensive guy when it came to the Mavericks the year that they had the best offense in the league. So he knows what he's doing offensively. He has a good basketball mind. Just when it comes to coaching young guys, it's just tough.
It's not for everybody, man. Mm-hmm. Some guys just not built for that. But hey, a couple guys maybe not built to be together. How about Luka and Kyrie? What do you think of that tandem? 8 and 15 since Kyrie joins the squad. They go from 4 seed to out of the play-in, number 11. They rest the guys at the end of the season.
They put out the white flag. All right, I'm gonna ask you this. And answer me honestly, Malcolm. Did you see this coming?
No, truthfully, absolutely not. No way.
Nobody saw it coming. Really?
I can honestly say I thought they would drop from 4 to maybe 6.
Okay.
Just for like chemistry purposes, but never out. Never.
Exactly.
Never out.
And I mean, the tandem themselves, like Luka and Kyrie, they were solid. They were good, but ultimately the team around them was not.
Yeah, it's still that way. I think both those guys in tandem could be fine. They need 3 guys who can defend.
Yeah, right. If I'm Kyrie, I'm a free agent.
I stay.
Looking to get my money, right? I'm thinking, all right, get me some defenders. Get me people who I know will play defense. Maybe a new coach. Who knows? I know there's some problems with Jason Kidd.
I like Jay Kidd, man. I like him so much.
Right.
He was with the Lakers. He was
or maybe give him like half the season, right? Give Jason Kidd half the season if they're still so far.
I buy that.
Get a new coach, right? And maybe that's where Ime Udoka steps in. You never know.
Hey,
but
hey, defense. You got the mind for it.
So I'm thinking sign two or 3 defenders that will get rotational minutes, right? That'll make me a good defensive team, and I can come back. Because that team has potential. That's 2 of the best offensive guards in all of basketball. Kyrie's the most skilled guard, and Luka is one of the most talented young guards in the league.
By far, I think he's top
on
5.
Pace to be the number 1 scoring leader, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I like Luka's game. I like Kyrie's game, and 2 of the same a little bit, but both of them, man, they can do this. I really believe in what they can do together. I don't think Kyrie should leave, although if he were to go anywhere, join this guy right here. I'm just saying, if you don't go anywhere.
What you think of the Lakers saying they won't pursue him though? You think it's just what they've said to the media?
Yeah, man, that's what you got to put out there now. You got to put plus that was I
mean, if a guy like Kyrie becomes available, any winning team will go after him. You're not gonna just not.
Should. I think if Miami should want him. Chicago should want him. I mean, a lot of teams should want a Kyrie on their team.
Agreed.
And, okay, look, guys who have been out here all season balling. We got from MVP to Rookie of the Year to Executive. We're gonna give you the MVP awards. We're gonna give you the NBA awards. Cody, man,
our personal votes.
Oh yeah, these are our personal votes, man.
We don't have official media ballots yet.
Hey, but we as real as it gets though. We saw it, man. I don't know about these other guys. Some of these guys just got they biased, man. But there's no bias here. Maybe a little bit.
Well, I know you have some bias coming into this.
I have a little bias coming up, but not too bad. Not too bad. I think I'm.
Y'all fans of the show, y'all know what Malcolm's gonna say.
Objectively biased. All right, so MVP, man, who you got?
Embiid, easy.
Yeah. All right, bet. MVP.
I feel like that one, that's clear cut. Not too much has to be said on it. We've said the stats multiple times, but we can go through them one more time just to remind everybody.
Absolutely. Hey, Joel Embiid, man. I'll give you just his points, his rebounds, and his assists was 33.1 points per game, right? 10.2 assists, 4.2 10.2 rebounds, 4.2 assists, right? So he had
scoring leader,
54.5% from the field. This guy was insane this season, really, and he had moments, right? Had a buzzer beater, right? He had the fadeaway.
Multiple game winners.
He actually had a couple game winners. He had a 50 burger.
50 burger to close the year. Not the last game, but like in the last 2 weeks, you know.
Hey, that's how you get the MVP at the end of the season.
Right. And I ain't see nobody else go for 50 to close the year.
Nobody even tried. Yeah, Giannis sat it out. Jokic sat it out, you know.
Jokic lost to the Rockets. That's got to hurt.
So that's why he lost the MVP. No, ultimately, he was really close. And a lot of people, I still think are going to have Jokic getting, he's still got a strong chance. But I still, in my ballot goes Embiid, Giannis, and then Nikola Jokic. So that's just for me. I think
what Giannis did a little bit, but I can respect both of them as MVPs.
Yeah, to me, Giannis just did more in less time. You know what I mean? He doesn't play as many minutes as either one of those guys.
You know what? Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
You know what? I can respect it, you know. But
Rookie of the Year?
Rookie of the Year is an easy one. Come on, that's Paolo.
It's Paolo.
It has to be Paolo.
It is. And honestly, I thought Jalen Williams, OKC, was sneaking up. Number 8.
I thought Benedict Mathurin would have been a good sneak up. At the beginning of the year, I was like, ooh, if it's not Paolo, it's Mathurin. But Paolo just kept it going.
I mean, Mathurin was pretty good as well. But like I said, I like Jalen Williams, what he did with OKC. And it was just a little shout out, but it was obviously Paolo. I think he got Defensive Player of the Year. I think we both got the same guy.
I have it down to 2 guys, but ultimately I have one guy.
Okay.
Right. Can you guess the 2?
Guess the 2. Well, I'm gonna guess Lopez might be on your list.
That's maybe one of them.
Okay, and then Triple J. Gotta be the
Trey J. That's my 1 and 2. Possibly 1A, 1B, but ultimately I'm giving the nod to Jaren Jackson Jr. I have some stats on this one.
Okay.
Right, because I took into it, man. Both of them damn near identical stats. All right. At the end of the day, it just, you know, Jaren had the edge. Jaren Jackson Jr. Okay, the Bucks and the Grizzlies were top 3 and 4 defense, with the Grizzlies being 1. The Grizzlies had a slightly better, literally by 0.2 defensive rating. It's 110.7 to 110.9. All right, that's, you know, there and there. 3 blocks per game for Jaren, 2.5 for Lopez, and Lopez has 4 more total blocks. But ultimately, just the fact that you're that much of an anchor and that you slightly had the better defense with more blocks per game when you played, I think that's enough to get Jaren Defensive Player of the Year.
I agree, man. I think, well, that in doing it with Ja out as well, I think Ja's absence, he stepped up a little bit more. And I think that was important for the team to see that he can do that. I like that. Triple J is who I got. 3 blocks per game, man. It's kind of nuts.
3 blocks is hard to argue with, ultimately.
It is really nuts.
They were neck and neck. You know, Lopez had more total, but like 3 per game is a number.
He was out there. That just shouts out to you for sure. 6th man of the year. Who you got on that one? You got any idea?
6th man of the year. It was kind of a tough one for me, right?
But
I ended up giving it to Immanuel Quickley.
Okay, Immanuel Quickley.
Right, and there's a few, like, you could have gone multiple different directions. This was like, it's a tough one to gauge, but Immanuel Quickley.
Westbrook was on the list. Norman Powell was on. I mean, I'm just saying he was up there for a while. He was chatter, but now I'm going with for my namesake, man, Malcolm Brogdon. I think out here, man, Boston. I think he did great for Boston. I think he fits Boston's scheme well with what those with Tatum, with Brown off the bench, with just the whole chemistry of the team and his vibe, man. He's just such a he can fit on any team to me. I think you could throw a Malcolm Brogdon anywhere and he'd be just fine.
Right. Malcolm Brogdon, like I respect the pick. He's the type of person to where like his stats won't jump out to you off the bench, but he will do the stuff. Like he doesn't have to get out there and get 20 points. He can
loose ball,
get you some assists. He can hustle. Right. He can set defense. People up. He can get defense. He's had games where he had like over 3 steals or something like that. It's like, it's crazy. He can get you whatever you want, on a given basis.
And he could get you 20 if he had to. Like, right. I mean, I'm just, So
he's a player's player.
Hey, speaking of a guy who can get you a damn bucket, man, we gonna go with Clutch. Clutch player.
This is an easy one.
Right? All right. Who you got?
De'Aaron Fox. Come on now. Easy. It's too easy.
It is. It's De'Aaron Fox. Most clutch points in the NBA, 194, and that is 35 points clear of second place. That's a blowout.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, and it's in crunch time, man. This dude, he steps up. They like the beam, and they did that a lot this season. And so much, in fact, I think we both actually are going with Coach of the Year, Mike Brown.
Easy. That's a good pivot to Coach of the Year, Mike Brown. Yeah. I mean, the things he did with that team, I don't think they're as successful without a coach like Mike Brown. He turned them around.
I'll tell you what, just last season, they were 30-52, okay? I'm just saying, at the 12th spot, right? This season, a quick turnaround with a major improvement, 18 games, going, like I said, 48-34, all the way up to the 3rd seed. I think what they've done just in a quick flip of one season has just been super impressive. Like I said, I like what De'Aaron Fox is doing. Harrison Barnes, a great kind of a guy who's been through a lot. He's a good guy to have on your squad as well. Sabonis out there as well. So Coach of the Year,
rebound leader.
Yeah, right. Sabonis. Yeah, exactly. Quickly go to the most improved player.
Okay.
I'm going with Shai Gilgeous.
This is where the bias comes in.
Yeah, SGA, man, number 2, man. And right. Bias, sure.
This is where we have a disagreement.
I'll tell you why. Look, to me, I think it's easy. SGA this season, okay, he got the Thunder in the 10th spot at a record of 40-42. When last year we were 14th and 24-58. Okay. That's already a 16-game improvement, right? Just right there. But points per game, SGA went up 7 points per game just from last season to this season, from 24.5 to 34.4, which, like I said, splitting hairs there, pretty much 7 points per game, averaging the same amount of rebounds, 5 and 5 assists from this season to last season. But his field goal percentage went up from 45 last year to 51 this year. 3-point percentage went up from 30% last year to 34% this year. And the big one, man, I think is super important. His free throw percentage went up from 81 last year to 90% this year. So SGA was clutch at the line. I think he was the most improved player. Like I said, I think if you can get your stats to go from 24, mid-20s to low 30s, I think you're doing something special in the NBA. Plus, an all-star appearance is nice. I think that's nice. And in so much respect, he got swatted by LeBron in the lane. I think he was like, hey, young man, don't forget.
That's enough. Okay. I mean, it's valid. I can respect it, but I just had to go with Lauri Markkanen. All right. And listen, the reason why is Shai, this was kind of expected from him. Like I knew Shai was going to take a massive jump, right? Like I knew he was going to go in there and he was going to probably be an all-star. Nobody saw Lauri Markkanen coming. All right. This guy, he went from an average role player in Cleveland to the guy in Utah, right? He went from literally a role player to an all-star.
He was good in Chicago, though, man. He had buckets then, too, though.
I mean, in Chicago, the most he averaged was 18 a game.
No, I know that, but they didn't let him. They didn't let him loose, though. They didn't let him loose. No, he's got.
Buckets. I mean, you can argue though, because like his minutes increase hasn't been that much. So from this season to last season, his only increased 4 minutes. But
when you're sharing the ball with a LaVine or with other guys like that on Chicago, you're running at
This is where it goes. This is where where everything else is. He increases points by 10 from 15 to 25. All right. Okay. Again, from role player to all-star numbers.
Yeah.
6 to 8 rebounds per game. Light. He went. His field goal improved from 44% to 50%. All right, this is a guy that takes jump shots too. He's a big man who takes shots. His 3-point shot, 36 to 39%. He turned into a sniper. He was already a sniper.
Yeah,
he just turned into a marksman. There Absolutely. We go. Marking into marksman. I mean, and ultimately, I feel like the most improved award is about the guy who made that jump from role player to all-star. Because like Shai, I love Shai, respect to Shai, but we knew he was gonna be like that, and I feel like that's where the NBA messed up for real when they gave Ja Morant most improved the other year, because everybody knew Ja Morant. Who didn't see it? Yeah, it should have been Desmond Bane. I agree, but who didn't see Ja making an all-star jump?
Well, I got that.
He was that type of guy.
He's getting the ball. He walks the damn floor with the ball. You know what I mean? He gets the most usage rate, and this is just different than Shai. Shai's getting a lot of usage. He's walking up with the ball. He gets to dictate what happens. You know what I mean? Like in the flow of the offense. So I get that, but they also, like I said, I want to for Shai as well. They also lost the number 2 pick. Like Chet didn't play, and he still dragged them to the 10th spot in the play-in. That's just another spot to think about.
Like that's just an individual. I think that's one of the few awards that like team record doesn't matter.
I get it, but it should a little bit. I mean, it should a little bit. Most improved, because he himself improved the Thunder too. We had some good guys,
but at the same time, Markkanen also that Thunder team wasn't built to win either. No, they were trying to tank, and Markkanen said, "Nope, we're fighting for the play-in." But all right, let's see what other awards do we have.
I got one last one. Executive of the Year.
Okay, that's it.
Rob Pelinka, man.
Rob Pelinka.
Yeah, Rob Pelinka, man. Lakers. Rob Pelinka. I think for me, he acquired D'Angelo Russell. He got Vanderbilt, Beasley for Toscano Anderson, Damon Jones, and got rid of Russell Westbrook.
Okay. Again,
I think those are huge moves, and those moves help the Lakers get right here. You know what I mean? I think they would not be in the position they were in towards the end of the season, fighting for the position of being in the 6th spot. Maybe, you know what I mean? They were right there towards the end of the season. So that to me is Rob Pelinka. It's easy.
Again, valid. I can respect it. A lot of bias this episode, but no. For me, I got James Jones from the Phoenix Suns.
I could buy that. I could buy it. Buy it.
I mean,
they had, but that's new ownership. I don't know if it was. I don't know, man. I think they pulled that trigger.
I'm just saying. I mean, trading for one of the best players in ball, and I mean, at the end of the day, if you can trade for Kevin Durant, I mean, you traded for Kevin Durant. I feel like that goes into the show. Like that basically locked the Phoenix Suns into at least a West Finals appearance.
Yeah, right? Yeah, absolutely.
So I mean, you went from being a team where I was in the mix of the West now being the team to beat. Nobody wants to go against the Suns.
Nah, man, the Suns are dangerous. Undefeated with Kevin Durant in the lineup.
Kevin Durant is like 20-1 in his last 21 games that he's played. Like he himself hasn't been losing when he plays.
No, absolutely. But I think, like I said, we'll see what that Suns team looks like against the Clippers. I think that's gonna be a time.
No Paul George, I don't know.
A fantastic matchup. Either way, you got Kawhi, KD. That's gonna be fun. And we'll definitely talk about the playoffs here coming up. But man, we got one small little sprinkle to dabble on here to end the episode. And Odell,
Ravens,
going to the Ravens, man. That's part of the reason I threw the purple up too, because I was like, you know what?
A lot of purple in this episode. We talk about the Kings a little bit too.
That's right, man. That's right. And man, okay, look, Odell signing a 1-year, $18 million total deal. That's 13.8 guaranteed, 1.2 salary, and a $3 million incentive available bonus. He missed all of last year. ACL tear in the Super Bowl the year before.
Yep.
Right. What do you think Odell is good for this Ravens team?
I mean,
is he a number one? Is he a number two?
He probably is number one. At the end of the day, I mean, he's had a full year to recover, and at the end of the day, he is Odell, right?
Okay, so this is who they got. They got Rashad Bateman, Devin Duvernay, and Nelson Aguilar. That's all they got. And then now they just got Odell. So he's the number one.
I'm taking Odell's number one. And you know, this kind of begs the question: did they do this, you know, with full intention of getting Lamar to stay? And do we think Lamar is going to stay?
I think he's got one more reason to stay, and I think along with 32 million other. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The Ravens sign him to that $32 million tag, or they could match a deal another franchise can post for him.
Yep. I mean,
so the Ravens have him.
Yeah, and I feel like Lamar. I feel like he's excited now because he posted a picture of him FaceTiming Odell. You know, looked like they were ready to get the business next year.
Right.
So I feel like he will stay now. After all.
No doubt, man. I totally agree, man. Well, look, that was Set the Record, man. Another great freaking episode for y'all. Look, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok at Set the Record Pod. Like the Facebook page, Set the Record Podcast. Meditate, make it go away.